Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. We're going to have a look at the ECM WF extended model for today's second video. This is your 30-day European outlook, and we will extend out to weeks 5 and 6 as well while we're here, because why not? So I should get on with that for you very shortly. Just say about the first video you see was our 6am upload. We've got a 10 to 14 day coming on shortly. I'll be live streaming tonight. We will be discussing the third winter 2022-2023 update. So that could be a very interesting live stream, and that'll be coming up for you at 8 PM this evening. Please like, share, subscribe on the video. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. And thank you very much to ECMWF.int for supplying us with the charts as well, of course. Thank you to them for doing that. Right, let's do it, shall we? So we're going to start off with the mean sea level pressure anomalies for week 1, anomaly, I should say, week 1. Current week, 19th, 26th of September, high pressure originating from the Atlantic into Western and also Northern Europe. Low pressure is over on the eastern side of Europe. It's just extending down towards the eastern part of Europe as well, into Central Med, and then low pressure through here. So it's quite a complex pattern, but basically high pressure is in the northwest, low pressure is in the east, and also to some degree in the southwest. 500 millibar height anomaly from the Arctic and North Pole view down shows the above average heights going through the North Atlantic into west and north of Europe. The trough of low is over on the eastern side of Europe, basically. Also, there is a bit of a cut-off low down there. So, the temperature anomaly looks like that. Coolest temperature anomalies this week over on the eastern side of Europe, really central to Eastern Europe, actually. So anywhere from like Poland to the Black Sea, with below average temperatures by about 3 to 6 degrees as well. So quite significantly cooler than normal, and around that it's also a little bit below average, through most of France, in towards southern parts of England, up into Denmark, and into some parts of Sweden, and then northwards into southern Finland, and also around the Baltic Sea states of Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania as well. These cool conditions do extend into the eastern part of the Med too, so much of Greece and also Turkey having below average temperatures there. Italy is cooler than average. Out west it's warmer. So through the central bowl of the Med, it is warmer there. The islands, the Balearic Islands, Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, also of course just Sardinia, look like they're a little bit warmer through there. And then we run into some cooler weather again as you get back into Spain, of a mix there. So like northern Spain and Portugal, a bit above average, southern part of Spain and Portugal, a little bit cooler than average. So a little bit mixy there. And then further northwards we find that like Arctic Sweden and Norway is warmer than average. And then like Scotland and Ireland, also a little bit warmer than average through there too. The precipitation anomaly for week 1 is looking like this. So wetter than normal down across much of Spain, quite a wet week to come there, and into southern France as well, wet through the Côte d'Azur. On the far east side of Europe as well, it's a little bit wetter than normal through those eastern regions. Again, particularly focused around the Black Sea, and extending towards far southwest of Russia, but also like into the very far eastern part of Europe, it's a bit wetter too through there. Especially North Africa also looks a little bit wet, which is quite unusual, but like Tunisia, for example, looking a little bit wetter than normal, maybe Algeria too, so that's quite unusual. But further northwards it's very dry, so like Italy over the Adriatic in towards the Balkans, and eastwards towards the Black Sea, drier than average through there. And then much of northern and western Europe is also drier than normal as well. So most parts of Scandinavia, that area of high pressure looking dry. UK and Ireland, drier than average again. Much of France, Low Countries, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, and Germany also coming out drier than normal. Right, going for week 2, which is the 26th September to 3rd of October. Changes in this week. High pressure pulling out into the middle of the Atlantic, so you've got a mid-Atlantic ridge heading up towards Greenland with a trough of low pressure over Scandinavia. I think basically the high pressure is retrogressing, progressing into the North Atlantic, and I'm so sorry, buddy, and that's sending the wind into the north through northern and western parts of Europe with this trough low pressure. That could be cooler. Seeing most parts of Europe looking like they're under low pressure as well, actually. The 500 millibar height anomaly looks like that, with a mid-Atlantic ridge going up to Greenland, then trough of low pressure across much of northern and western Europe. Then we've got another ridge across eastern and southeastern parts of Europe. That'll drag warmer air up into the east side of Europe, but we could bring some cooler air or even colder air down the western side of Europe there. Temperature anomaly looks like that. It goes cooler than average on the western side of Europe. I haven't seen that all that often, except in the last week or two. So, another shot of cooler air down the western side of Europe. So, really like Scandinavia, especially Denmark, and southern parts of Sweden and Norway below average temperatures there. Many parts of the UK going below average as well. France is cooler than normal, as is below countries, as is Germany, and down to Spain and Portugal as well. Northern parts of Sweden and Finland look a little bit warmer than normal through there, as does the northwest of Russia. And then this eastern, southeastern part of Europe looking warmer than average, like southern Italy, again Greece, Turkey, up to the Black Sea, into some of the Balkan areas. It's looking a little bit warmer than average through those regions. And the week 2 temperature anomaly, precipitation anomaly I should say, looks like that. So it's drier than normal in the southeastern corner, so around the Black Sea, down to Greece and Turkey, drier than normal through there. It's drier out in the Atlantic, especially focused on Greenland and Iceland. They've got an area of high pressure, but otherwise, most parts of Europe actually look quite unsettled. Those dry conditions do extend into Scotland and Ireland, by the way, but otherwise, most areas are looking quite unsettled, with above average rainfall in a sway from like Spain, Portugal, up to the northwest of Russia. So that's quite an unsettled, cool, wet week to come, especially so for western parts of Europe, perhaps. Week 3 will be the 3rd to the 10th of October, with higher pressure then close to the UK and Ireland and western parts of Europe. Lower pressure is over here in the northeast. Otherwise, let's put in a question mark. It's not all that clear what's happening there. The 500 millibar height anomaly for week 3 shows the above average heights in the Atlantic. They're pushing up towards Greenland. Drop of low pressure across northern and eastern parts of Europe, which actually is probably doing something a little bit like that. So basically the coolest of the air and that trough being pushed towards the east and the northeast of Europe, I think. So look, temperature, I mean, you can see that the good and average temperatures are moving eastwards a little bit. So most parts of western Europe cooler than average still, but those cooler than average temperatures extend towards the central and eastern part of Europe as well. Probably still quite a cool week. This is 3 weeks out, remember, so the ceiling is weakening. That's quite strong signals to be below average there from those parts of Europe. Gets a bit warmer out in the far west, so Ireland, maybe the UK, starts to see the temperatures recovering. And then the southeastern part of Med, again, looking relatively warm through there, as does the central part of Med, Spain and Portugal, coming out with cooler than average temperatures. Precipitation-wise, look like that. So as the trough gets pushed eastward, so does more unsettled weather. So it turns wetter through this eastern northeastern part of Europe. As it turns cooler, given that we're talking about October, we might start to deal with snow turning up through those Baltic Sea states, maybe, anyway. Down in the far southeast of the Med, again, it looks pretty dry through there, though hints of drier weather actually in the central western part of the Med too. Probably a bit drier for the UK and Ireland as that high pressure begins to head in, and maybe up towards some parts of Scandinavia as well. Week 4 will be the 10th to the 17th of October. We've got high pressure events somewhere around the Bay of Biscay with low pressure across Scandinavia and northeastern parts of Europe. Otherwise, let's add in the question mark. The 500 millibar height anomaly, again showing a mid-Atlantic ridge extending towards Greenland and Iceland. Trough of low pressure is in the east and northeast of Europe. That's where the coolest, most unsettled weather is going to be, therefore. The temperature anomaly still looking quite cool across northern and maybe some eastern parts of Europe now. So those cooler temperatures getting pushed further eastwards. It's getting colder through the Balkans, for example. Again, it's October, so mountainous areas might start to see some snow turning up in the Balkans if we send the temperature below average. Down into the Med, probably looks a little bit milder through there, especially into North Africa. And then again, close to the UK and Ireland, possibly a bit milder through those areas. The signal is weakening now, though, of course. Driest weather with the high pressure around France, northern Spain, Portugal, and the Bay of Biscay, possibly to the UK and Ireland as well, though that's a little bit more speculative. Does look a bit wet in the North Sea, for example. And then over in the northeastern corner, it's wetter than northern. Again, quite cool temperatures through there, potentially. So maybe a little bit of wintry prospect through those areas. Right, so that's your 30-day look ahead done. Let's just extend out to weeks 5 and 6 before we go. So this would be week 5, mean pressure anomaly from the 17th to 24th of October. Very weak signals now, so let's put in 2 question marks, shall we? We've got a bit of a ridge down here, maybe, but other than that, quite weak signals. 500 millibar height anomaly shows low pressure north of Scotland, high pressure through the central part of the Med. That'll probably drag warmer air up the western side of Europe, though, I would have thought. The temperature anomaly looks a little bit warmer through these western, northwestern parts of Europe. Otherwise, again, quite weak signals, really. And the precipitation anomaly, that looks quite wet for northern Europe now. So particularly Scandinavia, possibly to northern parts of Britain. Drier through the Med with that area of high pressure. And then finally, week 6 will be the 24th to the 31st of October, Halloween. High pressure beginning to pull back out into the Atlantic, is setting up another northerly shot, maybe, for the end of October. Might be. It looks like there's a bit of a trough beginning to sit over Scandinavia. 500 millibar height anomaly for week 6. Again, we're beginning to pull those heights out into the Atlantic, so possibly that could be hinting at wind getting back into the north at the end of October for western northern Europe. The temperature anomaly shows the minus temperatures pulling out into the Atlantic with the ridge, possibly hints at being a bit cooler through there. It's a weak signal, and most parts of Europe either average or slightly above. And lastly, the precipitation anomaly from 24th to 1st of October look like that. Unsettled, maybe Scandinavia, dry through Greece, and dry out to the west of Ireland, the UK, and Spain and Portugal as well. So there we go. Quite an interesting run, I think, today from the EC Extend there. Quite interesting developments. And so it looks like there could be some pretty cool weather at the end of September into October across many parts of Europe, which is a big change from what we've had through most of the summer, where it has been absolutely baking hot across much of Europe. The cool down is definitely underway. Remember, any forecast, though, beyond 5-7 days comes with big health warnings attached and is unreliable. So it's just a snapshot of what Morris shows today. It could look different when we look at this model again, which will be, I think, on Friday this week. We'll be looking at this model again on Friday with a focus on the UK and Ireland. The next European outlook with this model will be on Tuesday next week. Right, well, that's it for this video. We're going to be back shortly with Descent of 14 Day, including all of red features, so come back for that. But for this EC Extended European Outlook, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.